Coco Gauff's brother Codey reacts to her reaching Australian Open QF. Coco Gauff's younger brother, Codey, has recently shared his reaction after the former advanced to the quarterfinals of the first Grand Slam of the season. The world number 3 has cruised past the 2026 Brisbane International semi-finalist, Karolina Muchova, and will be facing world number 12 in her next match, which will be played at Rod Laver Arena. Coco Gauff's brother, Codey, shares a light-hearted reaction to her fourth-round win at Melbourne Park. Gauff entered the Australian Open after delivering impressive performances at the 4th edition of the United Cup, where she assisted two-time champion Team USA to the semi-final stage. At Melbourne Park, she has surpassed Kamila Rakimova, Olga Danilovic, fellow American Hailey Baptiste, and Karolina Muchova in the 4th round. In her recent Instagram post, Gauff shared glimpses of her action, adding the inspirational caption, "Fight and lion face," to which her brother, Codey, shared his amused reaction with his parents' gif. Apart from Gauff's excelling in tennis, her brother Codey played high school baseball with Elite Squad Academy and will begin his collegiate baseball career at the University of Missouri, representing the Missouri Tigers in the NCAA Division I program. Whereas her youngest brother, Cameron, is preparing to begin his football journey, and also plays tennis. Gauff and her siblings take after their parents, Candy and Corey, who themselves pursued athletics during their collegiate years. Gauff's mother was a member of Florida State University's track and field team, and her father was a basketball player at Georgia State University. Candy's father, Gauff's grandfather, Eddie Red Odom, played college football and league baseball. He also established the Delray Beach American Little League, which played a significant role for black kids who wanted to pursue baseball. Her grandmother, Yvonne, was the first black student to attend Palm Beach County High School, ending the racial barrier. Gauff had once shared, taking inspiration from her grandmother, "She's probably the sole reason why I use my platform the way that I do and why I feel so comfortable speaking out." Coming into her match against Muchova, Gauff said it was challenging, as she had won the first set, lost the second, and clinched the third, with a final scoreline of 6-1, 3-6, 6-3. She added during the press conference, "Today was a tough match. Every time I play Karolina, it feels tough out there on the court. She's a talented player. Really just came down to couple points in the third set that went my way." In her next clash, Gauff will face the 2026 ASB Classic champion, Alina Svitolina, and has played 3 matches against her in the past, leading their head-to-head with 2-1. When Coco Gauff struck the final ball that sealed her place in the Australian Open quarterfinals, Melbourne erupted the way it always does for champions in the making. Applause rolled through Rod Laver Arena like a warm tide, her fists clenched, eyes sharp, sweat and satisfaction mingling under the bright Australian sun. Another hurdle cleared. Another statement made. But far from the courtside seats and television cameras, Codey Gauff watched with the kind of attention only a brother can give, not as a fan counting winners, but as family counting moments. For Codey, Coco's wins are never just about tennis. They are about memory. From driveways to dream stages. Before the Australian Open lights ever shone on Coco, there were driveways, early mornings, and backyard rallies where Codey stood nearby, sometimes chasing balls, sometimes rolling his eyes, sometimes quietly impressed. He saw the work when there were no crowds. He heard the doubts when the applause faded. He knows the version of Coco that doesn't appear on highlight reels. So when she powered through another Grand Slam battle to reach the quarterfinals in Melbourne, Codey didn't need a long caption or dramatic words. Instead, he reacted the way siblings often do in the modern age, with humor, timing, and affection wrapped into a simple social media post. A GIF. Playful. Proud. Perfectly Codey. It was the kind of reaction that said everything without spelling it out. That's my sister. Pride without pressure. What makes Codey's reaction resonate isn't its volume, it's its tone. There's no sense of expectation, no added weight to her shoulders. Just joy. Relief. A quiet acknowledgement that all those hours, all those sacrifices, all that belief, have once again led Coco to where she belongs. In a world that constantly asks athletes to be bigger, louder, more dominant, Codey's response was refreshingly human. It reminded everyone that behind Coco Gauff, the Grand Slam champion, the global star, the relentless competitor, is a young woman still grounded by family. Family that keeps her laughing when the pressure mounts. Family that reminds her she's more than a ranking. Family that celebrates her victories without demanding perfection. Watching growth, not just wins. For Codey, this Australian Open quarterfinal wasn't just another deep run, it was proof of evolution. He's watched Coco grow stronger not only in her forehand and footwork, but in her patience, her composure, her trust in herself during the toughest moments. He's seen the losses sting. He's seen the wins mature. And now, he's seeing something else, belief turning into consistency. That's why his reaction mattered. It wasn't surprise. It was recognition. A brother's view from the sidelines. Codey is an athlete too. He understands competition, discipline, and the quiet loneliness that can come with chasing excellence. That shared understanding adds depth to his pride. He knows how hard it is to show up every day. He knows what it costs to keep pushing when expectations grow louder. So when Coco reached the quarterfinals in Melbourne, Codey wasn't just celebrating the result, he was honoring the process. The mornings no one filmed. The matches that didn't go her way. The resilience built one rally at a time. More than a tournament. The Australian Open quarterfinal is another milestone in Coco Gauff's already remarkable journey. But moments like Codey's reaction are what give those milestones color. They remind us that even in the most elite corners of professional sport, success still echoes through living rooms, group chats, and family bonds. That even as Coco stands alone on the baseline, she never truly stands alone. Somewhere, her brother is smiling. Somewhere, a GIF is doing the talking. Somewhere, pride outweighs pressure. The quiet victory. As Coco prepares for her next challenge, the spotlight will stay firmly on her racket, her resolve, her pursuit of another Grand Slam breakthrough. But tucked into the margins of that story is something just as powerful. A brother who doesn't need words to show belief. Codey Gauff's reaction may have lasted only a moment on screen, but it captured years of shared history. And in that moment, it was clear. This win wasn't just Coco's. It belonged to the people who watched her become her.